Welcome to another Sigma podcast. Today we have the privilege of delving into the transformative journey of a company that exemplifies resilience, innovation, and purpose-driven leadership. Joining us today is Anastasia Belosova, Chief People Officer at Growy, a company that has not only navigated rapid growth, but has also spearheaded impactful, redefined its mission, and cultivated a culture deeply rooted in values and social responsibility. Ms. Belosova brings a wealth of expertise in leading the human-centric strategies that have underpinned Growy's evolution from a team of 30 to a thriving workforce of 800 individuals, overcoming challenges and fostering an environment where talent, development, and purpose converge. Today, we have the opportunity to gain insights into the strategies, philosophies, and initiatives that have shaped Growy's success and its journey towards a transformative future. Let's dive in. Anastasia, welcome.
Hello, Maria. Hello, and thank you very much for having me here today on your podcast. I'm really privileged and happy to be here. So let's start.
So let's dig into the first question. I want to get your take on the company's expansion. So I know that Growy has seen exponential growth from 30 to 800 employees in just 4 years. This is an impressive feat. How did the company manage to maintain its culture and values amid such a rapid expansion?
Thank you very much for your question. It's quite an interesting one. I guess it's all because of our values that we have been cultivating in the company during all this time. We always focused on people that we want to hire and to retain at Growy, people who share common values, people who share common thoughts and ideas. And I guess that's why we managed to have such a great team. We managed to grow from 30 to more than 800 people. And it's the team that stays together. It's the team that sees ambitious goals, and it's the team that's really eager to go to their goals and eager to take the best result that we can. So to answer your question in short, it's the focus on the values that we have been focusing on during the hiring process, and it's the focus that we still maintain and we cultivated Growy.
You also delve into some projects. Can you share insights into how autonomous projects within the company might have had contributed to this growth? And how do these projects align with Growy's overreaching vision?
Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of interesting HR projects within the company, and also quite interesting business projects, I would say, that help people grow, that help people stay interested in what they're doing, that help people stay quite sure of no matter what happens, no matter where we turn next, they will always have some challenges ahead of them. And one of the values, again, I'll be coming back to values a lot because this is something that really shows us as the company. One of the values that we have is be ready for change, meaning that people that stay with us and they work with us, they're always ready for change. And that's when we speak about different projects. Business projects are like opening new regions and trying something new, like research and development projects, and maybe focusing on the USP for our clients and all that stuff. Speaking about HR projects, I would definitely say that these are the projects that we focus on in terms of the recruitment procedures, the onboarding procedures, growing our people within the company. Like, for instance, we have currently launched the Ambassadors Project and the Management Development Project that we call Let's Grow, which helps everyone in the company grow and develop and raise their hand and say, hey, I want to be a leader with the company. So take a look at me, and I'll definitely want to go on this journey together with you. So it's a whole bunch of different projects. I'll be happy to dwell deeper into any of them if you want to. But yeah, a lot of them all the time.
Let's delve deeper in the interview later on. I want to focus a little bit more now on the adaptation to change. You said you're much focused on change. This year, you were tested quite a lot as a company, crisis situations, especially during wartime. They pose significant challenges for cross-regional teams. How did Growy support and motivate its teams to adapt and thrive in such conditions? And can you highlight some of the key strategies or initiatives implemented to foster resilience and unity among teams facing diverse challenges across different regions?
Absolutely. At Grow, we have always been concerned about the cross-cultural communication that we have in the company. We've always been an international company, born in Ukraine for sure, and the majority of our people nowadays still remain Ukrainians, but we have a lot of other people who work with us in different regions. So even before war, we were focused on the cross-cultural communication. We had a bunch of different masterclasses, different webinars, and different knowledge sessions in the company that, it was like a knowledge sharing session between those who have been working with different cultures. They shared their ups and downs, and they shared the life hacks for those who are just starting to work with different regions. When the war struck, it was definitely one of the major crises that we faced in the company, I guess, during the whole time of our existence. And definitely at the beginning, it was a huge shock for everyone. It was a huge shock for all of the teams, no matter if it was the Ukrainian team, which was, absolutely under the risk and under the major attack. But also it was a shock for our cross-cultural teams as well, because they showed enormous support to us. They were at loss. They didn't know how to show their support to us, but they really wanted to. They would send us videos or short messages, and they definitely did a lot to help the business continue working and even growing during the first months of the war when it all started. And when we just embraced ourselves from the shock, from this first wave, we understood that we needed to be ready for that change. It was definitely a crisis, but we kind of saw the opportunity that it could unlock for us. And that opportunity was opening new hubs in new regions. Those hubs were definitely the hubs chosen because a lot of our people were going to those countries. So we've opened one hub in Cyprus and another one in Poland, in Warsaw, which is quite big at the moment. It's becoming number 2 after Kyiv. It's growing rapidly. We also introduced relocation programs for our people. We invited people to relocate to our hubs to stay, to stay out of danger and to feel safe, to feel the support from the company that we could give them. We arranged 100% our environment, like say you would come to the office in Kyiv and then you would come to the office in Limassol, and they would be quite close to each other, like in terms of benefits, the environment, the comfort that it gave, and definitely the support of co-workers. So it was quite a big project. It's still going because we still have a lot of people relocating to Poland, for instance. So it's been quite a challenge, but we managed to do quite a lot, I would say, during this time. Besides, we have also redesigned the processes that we have. We now have the global policies that work all over where we operate, and we also have standardized local policies because it's crucially important for those who work in different locations. Say, for example, the HR law in Cyprus would be a bit different to HR law in Poland, and we had to consider this for sure. So that first, and then the other thing that also helped us a lot is actually, since we were international from the beginning, we became even more open and eager to work with the international people, because we understood that it's time to diversify the business. It's time to manage risks, and it's time to bring more international talent aboard, because first it gives you this diversity and it manages the risk, and second of all, there's a whole bunch of great people all over the world who have great expertise, who have great desire to work with us, who have great knowledge that they would love to share with colleagues. So this is also that we're doing, and we definitely see the benefit of it.
Anastasia, I also know that Growy has rebranded its vision as well in 2023. Can you share a pivotal moment and how did the company involve various teams and not just top management when it comes to shaping the new mission and vision of Growy?
Absolutely. It's one of my favorite projects, to be honest. We've been working on the rebranding for quite a while. It was about from 6 to 9 months. So what happened? Once we knew that we would like to grow our employer brand, we thought that our previous name of the company didn't really work because we were called, it was 3 letters. It was PMI, and it was quite something that was already on the market in terms of this abbreviation. If you say PMI to some of the candidates, they would just, be confused a little, and they would say are you the Philip Morrison International or the Project Management Institute? And we're like, no, it's a totally different business. So we knew it was time to change. And again, interesting, but it was 2023, also the crisis year when the war was already in place, and everyone was kind of some companies were stopping their operations. Some companies were optimizing their costs. Some companies were just, staying focused on what they had to save, and they were not growing. And us, we were like, okay, that's a great opportunity to change. So let's take it. And when we knew that it was time to find and to pick another name, what we wanted to do, we wanted everyone in the company to be involved. We always say that our team is our crucial asset, and it's one of the greatest values that we have in the company. And that's why we have a lot of various communication going around all the time, because we want people to be absolutely aware of what's going on in the company all the time. And when we thought of this rebranding project, we also said, okay, so it's time to talk to the team again. So we held a couple of different online meetings. We also had focus groups. We had one-to-one sessions. We had a whole bunch of different communication exercises when we tried to find the right name. And when we finally had 3 best options, we also invited everyone from all over the world. All over the world, our people from all the locations that we have. And we had this online meeting where we said, okay, so these are 3 names. So number 1, the story under this name is this and this and that. And then the second name, the story goes there. And so we gave them a short summary of why we decided these 3 names would be cool for the company. And then we just let people choose, and that's it. We didn't emphasize on any name. We gave them total freedom, and by the end of this online session that we held, the name was chosen. So the name Growy was absolutely, it was the champion. It was met with the most welcome by the team, and people were just voting very, very quickly. They wanted this, this verb grow. They wanted this grow in the name, plus it ends with E. So it's like a combination of grow plus we. Again, the team is hiding, behind this we thing, we element in our name, because the team is one of the most important things for us. So yeah, that's it.
It was
quite a challenge. Yeah, it was quite a challenge. It was quite an interesting project, but we're happy with it. Absolutely happy, and we're happy to be growing now.
So you've mentioned that the team is one of the main values that you have in your company. How does this philosophy reflect in the day-to-day operations and decision-making at Growy, and not just when it comes to the name?
Absolutely. Well, as I said, we're very open in communication. This is the very basis that we've all agreed upon when I just started with this company back in 2020, and we were a team of about 35 people. We were very open to communication, and we continue to be very open in communication. And we are trying, and we're using all bits of communication, say it's written communication, it's personal feedback sessions, it's online sessions and meetings all together with the whole team, it's offline meetings, it's also the intranet that we're using, email, so whatever, it's all bunch of communication going on. Plus, most importantly, is that we know our people. A lot of them have joined the company, a couple of years ago. Some of them have just recently joined, but they all see that where the company is going. And a lot of people have grown with us. it's a great opportunity to see those who have joined the company as just professionals and they have become team leaders or even heads of divisions now. So this summer we thought of just as an example, to answer your question, as an example to where we see that the team is important and how we implement this into real life in business. This summer, we thought that it was time for us to sit down and think about our strategy for the next 3 years. So we had a bunch of different strategic sessions. And the final session, it was the session that was held in the company for the first time. We've never done it before, and we're very thrilled with how how it resulted. And we would definitely keep doing this again and again. So we've invited everyone from the senior management team and mostly everyone from the middle management team to come to this session. We gathered in Poland, and it was a 4-day session where we sat down, we spoke about our strategy, we listened to each other, we had a couple of facilitation meetings, we had a team building event, and by the end of these 4 days, we were all exhausted, we were all very happy, at the same time, and we felt very enthusiastic because we first had our strategy for the next 3 years. So the plan, we planned to have it, and we did have it. Second of all, we engaged everyone to participate in this session, and everyone on the middle management team, they knew that this is the company, what the company is going to do, because I was there at the session, I participated in this, and I benefited, and I gave my input into this session. My ideas were there, they were heard, and I was just chatting with the CEO and we were discussing this idea. It was great. And second of all, we knew that since it was a great big team that worked on these strategic goals for the next 3 years, it was something that we've not just written down and people would continue working on them. It's something that they've lived for. It's something that they've created. So they were very thrilled, and we were all very happy. We knew that the next day when this session was over, everyone in the senior management and middle management team would go to their teams, and they would also translate these goals to the teams, and they would share this experience. And people knew that this was something that we created all together. So yeah, it was one of these examples where we see and where we definitely show that the team matters. Absolutely.
Anastasia, I also find Growie's emphasis on cultivating experts through the leadership programs that you have and through the Growie Academy absolutely commendable. Like you were saying, you put a lot of effort into your team in making it better. What makes your approach to training and development unique in today's corporate landscape? And how does Growie ensure that these training programs align with the evolving needs of the organization and as well the employees?
Absolutely. That's a wonderful question. Thank you, Maria. So let's start from the beginning. Whenever, say there's a newbie, they join the company and they know little or maybe nothing about the industry itself. And they start with the onboarding procedure. It's absolutely automated. It's done in the learning management system, but it's full of fun. So you would see a lot of videos, a lot of short text messages, a lot of different links to whatever we've created there, and it gives you a perfect insight into, first of all, what the company is all about, what we value, what we believe in, what are major policies that we have, and second of all, it goes all the way through what the industry is all about. So let's say you've never worked in the betting industry, in the iGaming, in the entertainment sector, and then after this onboarding, you would definitely know, well, let's say 70-80% of the basis, for instance, and it would be much easier for you to work with your future team because you would definitely speak the same language with them already. So that's the first step. The second step is absolutely about people and people's growth in the company. So we emphasize and we say that's one of the most wonderful HR instruments that we have is the personal development plan, which we welcome to have everyone who is interested in learning opportunities and growth opportunities with the company to fulfill with their manager and their HR people partner. So each year we would have the annual performance session, and we would go through this personal development plan. We would highlight, these zones of development, as we call them. So things that you still have to grasp, things that you still have to master to grow further. And it's a great way to, again, gather feedback from your manager, from your HR people partner, to sit down with them and to say, okay, this is important for me. I really want to develop my skills and I want to grow here and there. And then it's easy because within our company, we've created like a structure where you can see, I'm here on, say, point A, and I want to be here on point C. So how I grow there, and there's like a structure, and that you can see what elements are implemented into your growth hierarchy, which is, if you're interested in growth, is easy to comprehend within quite a short period of time. And lastly, yes, you're correct that we've launched this leadership development program, and it's already launched. We launched the first wave in November 2023. We've developed a very complex and very, why I say complex, it's like structure is complex, but it's not that difficult. So we've developed a program which goes for 3 levels. Level 1 is essential. It's all about leaders who have 0 to little experience in managing teams, but they have become team leaders, or they are willing to become team leaders, and their managers see huge potential in them. So this is the essential part that teaches management basics, leadership basics, what it is to be, manager of the team, what it is to give feedback, to create business processes that really work, to motivate teams whatsoever. Then there is the advanced. Second part is called advanced. It's for people who have, say, 3 to 5 years of managerial experience. They most often would work in the middle management layer of the team, meaning they have to speak to top managers and understand what they're talking about, and also come back to their teams and translate all those difficult words to everyone in the team to make everyone aligned in our business goals and everything. So that program works with the business ecosystem, how the business ecosystem operates. Then it's also about management and leadership skills. And it also goes deeper into negotiation skills, into self-presentation skills, talking to public, managing teams online, managing teams offline, and all that stuff. And the last but not the least would be the strategic level. Basically, it's for the senior management of the team who are involved and responsible for the creation of the strategy and for fulfilling the strategy of the business. So it's something that's focusing on strategic management, on how businesses operate. It's all about networking with other professionals and seeing what they've done well, what they've done maybe not so well, and learn from their mistakes, share experience, and all that stuff. Here we're talking about international professional communities, maybe some trips to say Silicon Valley, and maybe some prominent business schools in Europe and in America as well, to have this network available and to communicate with wonderful professionals all over the globe. So that's in short, but I'll be happy to answer more if you have any questions about our management development, people development, and the academy that you've mentioned, Maria, just the last bit, and I'll finish here. The academy, we're starting in 2024. So it's not too much to say about it at the moment. We're still creating the structure and all that stuff. But what's important, and what I really want to say here, is that it would not be a regular academy, because a lot of IT companies have academies. I've started in HR a long time ago, and back in, say, 2015, we have already had these knowledge academies where we welcomed interns to learn and to start new professions in their life. So it's not a new thing, and it's just a great way to attract young minds and attract young talents to work with us. But the other important thing, the essential bit for us and for our program, is that it would be also available for the veterans, for people who have been at war and who are now released from war and who now would like to start new life, to start new profession, to learn something new. So we would be definitely working with various funds, with different volunteering organizations to attract and welcome our military people who have been at war and who would like to start something new now.
Before we go into the external projects that you're doing, that you're just mentioning now, let's close off with the internal projects that you have. I wanted to touch base a little bit more about the Benefit Cafeteria project. I know that it stands out as an employee support initiative. How does this project contribute to the overall well-being and satisfaction of Growe's workforce, and as you said, to attract new young minds to join the company?
Yeah, thank you for the question. The Benefit Cafeteria is definitely one of our favorite projects between the team. We do the ENPS questionnaire quite often, and it's always on top. Benefit Cafeteria is always on top. It's always something that people love because it gives them freedom. It gives them freedom of choice, and this is why we've implemented it to the company. So what's it actually about? The Benefit Cafeteria is something that you would pretty much hear, I think, here or there, but not all of the companies are still doing it. And I actually, I would definitely recommend to start, implementing it into your company if it's still not in the place, because every company does the benefit package for their people, right? We all want to show the best benefit package that we have for our people to attract, retain people, and we all want to do the best. So we'll look around and we say that, all right, so say the medical insurance is just a must-have, right? Everyone should have it. It's not even under question. Medical insurance, it should be there. Or let's say everyone, or mostly everyone, does the gym certificate. So people do sports. Companies would give them some money to try their gym lessons, whatever. Some would maybe do some language courses whatsoever. Here at Growe, we've decided that we want to go a little bit beyond that. And when I say beyond, is that we found out, again, because of the service that we've been doing in the company, and by asking our people, we found out that not all of them do sports, not all of them are interested in language courses, because some of them have high language level already. Some of them are mostly interested in some other activities or some other ideas that they have. So we sat down and we thought that, okay, so we have a big team, right? And our people are diverse and our people are wonderful, but they all want different things. So why not give them this benefit cafeteria, which would give them freedom of choice? Say, I'm not interested in doing sports, but I'm interested in photography. So I would really love to do the photography course, and I can use my benefit cafeteria money on that. Or for instance, say I'm bad at English language. Well, just let's imagine I'm bad at English language, but I really need it for my work. And when I do these personal development plan, I know for sure that I have to master my English to grow with the company. So I would really enjoy to go to the language courses. So I can use my benefit cafeteria on that. Or for instance, in Ukraine, we're now covering the travel expenses for people with the help of benefit cafeteria, because not all the people have their personal cars, and sometimes it would be a challenge to get to work, to the office if they need, or if they want to go to the office. So benefit cafeteria would cover that cost. Or, for instance, during the relocation, some of our people had complex questions to legal consultants, to to accountants, and to a different bunch of whole professionals that could help them settle down in the country. So they also could use this benefit cafeteria for that services. So to cut a long story short, the benefit cafeteria gives our people equality. and gives them freedom of choice, which is something that they really value and that they really care for. And I suppose it's a wonderful opportunity for a company to provide their people with this, with this easy instrument, but the instrument that definitely is appreciated by people and that definitely works well on the retention, for sure.
Well done on that. No wonder the company's name is Growy. Going back to the question we had before when it comes to the Ukraine project and what you're doing, I want to know more about this. It reflects commitment to systematic philanthropy. How does the company instill the sense of responsibility for societal issues like these among its leaders? And in what ways has Growy's involvement in philanthropy influenced its internal culture and external relationships?
Yeah, that's a great question because, this is a very important topic for us. As I said, the company was born in Ukraine and the majority of our people are Ukrainians. So it really hit us. And from the very first days of war, we knew that we had to do something for our people who needed help, for their relatives who joined army, for the country itself. So we've been doing a lot of different, initiatives and all that stuff until we kind of understood that doing, like bits and this doesn't really make it a system. And we wanted to have a systematic approach to what we're doing. So therefore, we launched the Growy for Ukraine project, and it's a project that covers various areas. Say we have a lot of funds that we work with. They're volunteering funds. The funds that we're working with mostly focus on children. Let's say one of them is called Children of Heroes, and that's the project where they support kids who lost their parents because of the war. And why we focused working with funds, why we focused on children, because for us, kids and children are, our hope and the next generation that would definitely be rebuilding Ukraine. And we want these kids to be happy. We want these kids to stay home, stay in Ukraine, stay safe, and have this wonderful, safe future as well. Besides funds and working with funds, we also have a lot of projects helping our people with their requests, because some of our staff, some of our employees are volunteers, some of our employees have relatives who are in the army. They all have requests, and we have this request policy where we have the charity committee, and the charity committee would be reviewing these requests on a very regular basis, and we would be funding this request because we want to do something to support our employees and their relatives as well. Besides, we also do the volunteering initiatives. Pretty much like every 2 weeks, our team in Kyiv would do something, and it's always different because we want to. We want to cover all bits of interesting projects. Let's say once we visited a town here in Kyiv Oblast, and it was like a house unfortunately damaged because of the bombing and all that stuff, and they needed help with just some construction whatsoever. A very easy construction for sure, because IT people don't really know how to build houses, but we could be at hand by just providing some assistance. So we did that, and once we also visited the animal shelter. Animals who were rescued from the east of Ukraine, they were brought here to Kyiv, and they also need attention. They need to be, taken a look at. They need to have some walks around. They need some people to actually come and play with them. So we did that. We also visited one of the orphans here and at the west of Ukraine. Last week actually was a great experience for our guys and girls. They went to cook, this Ukrainian dish called vareniki. Sometimes, like let's say in Poland, it's called pierogi. So it's like a dumpling that has some filling inside, but it's made of wheat, and it's quite something that is hot, and it's quite nutritious. So our team went to help create and cook these dumplings for the army. So a whole bunch of everything. And the most important that it's a systematic project. It's a systematic approach. We have exact budget on that we've set for every quarter of the year. So we know the amount that we're willing to spend. We know funds who we're working with and what approach we have. We do a bunch of different volunteering initiatives, and most importantly, we do the report every quarter. Our people would see on the internet at Growy, they would see the statistics of what we've done, how much we funded, what's in plan for the next quarter. So again, it's all about support. It's all about being open, and it's all about being ready for change, because it's a huge change for Ukraine. It's a huge change, a challenge for our people. We know that we want to help. We know that we have huge support from all over the world, and we're very thankful for that, for sure. But we know that it's us Ukrainians who have to show example for the rest of the world on how we feel united and how we fight the enemy and how we help and support each other.
Anastasia, thank you so much for this interview. On behalf of our audience and the team, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing your perspective and experiences. We look forward to witnessing Growy's continued impact and success as you guys shape a future where purpose, resilience, and leadership converge. Thank you for joining us today. And until next time, stay inspired and committed to building a future that champions growth, innovation, and inclusivity. Thank you, Anastasia.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much.